Yeah, this is a Model S Tesla here, and it's getting charged down to about 30 miles left on it. In the mountains, there's not a lot of superchargers in the mountains here in North Carolina. I'm in South Carolina right now, so you have to stay around superchargers. We'll be able to plug it in at night, one or two, and these nice cars. Last night was charging the Tesla here, and the charging unit, supercharger unit, was only 150 watts, which takes forever, like an hour to charge from like 0 up. And this one is 340 watts here, so it's a fast supercharger. Had to go out of the way a little bit to get to this one, but they had the right idea right here. They have 8 superchargers at a gas station, kind of like a semi trucks over here. And this is an S Tesla 2, and pretty great color. But to me, that's where they ought to be putting these superchargers here at gas stations. You know, they got plenty of room usually at a gas station to have some superchargers. Tesla pays for it all, so I mean, the gas station could make a little profit off of it, maybe. Okay, the Model S Tesla. I have a key fob in my pocket. As I get close to the vehicle, the light will blink and the doors will automatically, the door handles will automatically pop out. The mirror opens here and the handles pop out. Otherwise, they're flush with the side of the car, the front and rear. And it is such a neat, the Model S. Now, we had looked at, I'm on vacation, so the last vacation I went to was in a Model 3, which is different than the Model S. The Model 3 actually has a dash here. I mean, the Model S has a dash here in front of you, of the steering wheel, and also has a huge screen right here. I'm not sure, it's probably like 10 inches wide and maybe 16 inches long. I'm not sure exactly, I hadn't measured it, but it's really like a laptop computer, and the location and everything here. And there's so many great things about the Model S that I like. It has autopilot too, works real well. Autopilot does not work real well in the mountains, especially if you get in the hairpin roads. Now, some parts of the mountains it worked fine, but when you got in the real hairpin roads, it did not. And you see right here, the car's off. But I put my foot on the brake pedal. See, it says off. Put my foot on the brake pedal. The car's now on, just touching the brake pedal. It's in park. And if you want to put it in drive, you just pull the lever down here and pull it down one time, and now it's in drive. Okay, and see, the car makes this movement here. The red right here shows that your seatbelt is not on. Anybody's seatbelt that is not on, it will appear in red and it will ding after a while. So I want to go back into park. If I go up, it goes into reverse. And over here, this is what it looks like in reverse. You got your lines here. And these are accurate lines. Some reverses are not, but these are very accurate to the width of the car. And these yellow lights right here show you that you are close, because there's a wall on each side of me here in this parking lot at the cabin. So it shows you that you are close. They light up, let you know you're close to the walls. I'm about 2 feet to 3 feet from the walls. So that's a good thing there. This lever here has a button, so you press that button once and it goes back into park. So 85 miles left before charging. Here in Pigeon Forge, they have 12 chargers about 10 miles from here. So let's charge it in the morning. It's about 35 degrees right now, about almost 8 o'clock at night. It'll probably be down to 30 in the morning. It was 27 this morning, I believe. So no point in charging it. It says right here, 41 degrees outside. The Achilles heel of these cars is cold. It will zap the battery a lot more than you think. So down here you got icons, car icon right here, and you've got pedals and steering, suspension, charging, autopilot. Suspension can go up and down. Your charging, autopilot, vehicle lights, display, trip, navigation, safety, service, software upgrades, exterior lights here, zone controls, front fog lights on, lock, open the door. If you want to open the trunk, you press open here. If you want to open the hood, which is storage too, you press open, and so forth. And you could go through all of these, but it's really amazing. Just like a laptop computer, it controls everything in this car. If you're driving down the road and you come across, if you get close to the white line on your right, you'll hear a binging noise or a pinging noise. It lets you know that you're getting too close to the white line. If you're too far to the left and you're getting close to the yellow line, you'll hear a pinging noise. If you get too close to somebody's bumper, like they're stopped, you'll hear a pinging noise too sometimes. You're backing up, you'll hear a pinging noise. So they have various functions like that to let you know your surrounding. And it does have Sentry mode, where it has cameras 360 that will video anybody that comes close to your vehicle, anything that comes close to your vehicle when it's parked especially. Another great feature there. So it's really a neat car. If you're an older person and you need somebody to help you drive, this will do it. I mean, it's got so many warning systems to it to let you know if you're veering off the road a little bit, or if you're coming up on somebody too quick, or or backing up and you're going to hit something. It will let you know. And you can have autopilot too, which will work really well. So autopilot will drive your vehicle for you, and so that's really amazing. You got 70 degrees here. You got a phone connection here, and on this one gives you a split view of what's behind you and where you're at on your navigational map. There's a lake. We're right in front of a lake. We're at a lake house right here. And let's see, this one here, Lawn Drive. Okay, kind of an address thing. Here you got your calendar, energy, messages, arcade, toy box, Spotify, Bluetooth, radio, tunnel, tuning, title. There are many functions. This is not the newest of the Tesla. So the newer Tesla S, and then you have a Plaid. Plaid is really is equal to like 1,000 horsepower. This one is about as fast as my SRT Challenger, so it's not super fast. Model 3 is a new Model 3 is actually faster than this Model S here. So let's see, we hit this one here, and there are various things: Sketchpad, Mars. There's just many things to choose from here. You have your temperature control in your car here, and it'll give you a fan and everything else if you want low, medium, or high. Volume control for your music. I mean, it's really an incredible system here, and everything is so neat about it. There are many other functions to these cars on the Tesla S model. They are a little bit expensive, of course. They can run like $65,000 to probably $85,000 for the Tesla on these models. Now, this is Model SG, which I don't think they make the SG anymore. This is like went up to like 2019 for SG model. The newer ones, of course, have a lot more stuff here for you. And when you take your foot off the accelerator pedal, the car automatically starts slowing down. It's like you're putting the brakes on a little bit, and that's a nice feature. While it's slowing itself down, it's charging your battery at the same time. In the mountains, that's probably a good thing. But I've noticed on these cars that driving in the mountains is like riding my motorcycle in the mountains. When I go up a hill in the mountains, on a motorcycle, it's just like riding on flat ground with a motorcycle. There's no resistance. When I go uphill, there's no real resistance on a motorcycle or downhill. If you were blindfolded, you wouldn't know if you're going up or flat or down hardly on a motorcycle. A gasoline car, when you go uphill, it's sluggish. You can tell you have to really floorboard it to go up the mountain. Just give it a whole lot more gas, and you can tell the whole car just wants to go backwards. It's a real strain on the car to go uphill. I mean, really steep. On the electric car like this, when I'm going uphill, it's just like being on my motorcycle. You give a little bit of acceleration and it just boom. It acts just like the motorcycle. You can't tell if you're on flat ground or going uphill or down with the electric car, which is really nice, especially if you live in the mountains. Plus, you got four-wheel drive. This has twin engines, front engine, rear engine for the rear wheel. One engine for the rear wheel, one for the front. And there's no maintenance to the engine. You don't have to get the oil change. You don't have to get this or that done. You don't have to worry about brakes on these. The only thing you got to replace is tires, pretty much. And I'm not finding a lot of superchargers to charge these cars in the mountains. Again, Pigeon Forge has 12. At one place, they have 12 superchargers in one place. And so you have to go out of your way sometime to get to a supercharger a little bit. And, of course, if you can plug them up at home, too, with an extension cord, but you're not going to get very much wattage out of that. And then you can buy a box that has increased wattage that will charge your car up overnight very easily. So these are just incredible cars. I just wanted to share that with you. Another thing too is that, in case you don't know, is that you have this icon here. If you have a car coming up beside you on your left, it'll show it. Another icon of a car on your left or your right or in front of you or behind you. It shows you all the cars around you. And that's a really nice feature. If it's a car, it will show a car icon. If it's a semi-truck, it will show a semi-truck icon. If it's a a SUV, it will show a SUV icon. I mean, it's that precise. And so that's another great thing. And you have navigation over here also when you have it over here. So it's just really nice. But there's just so many things on these cars, it's just too much to go into. But I think if you've never driven one of these cars and you like, like something different, drive a Tesla. There are other cars out there that now, of course, like that are electric, like Audi and many others. And some of those are a lot more luxurious than the Tesla. But Tesla's still, I think, the fastest car out there of all the electric cars, and one that's been out there for a while, so it doesn't have as many bugs as a lot of others. They keep improving these cars so much. Well, I guess that's my spiel on that. But yeah, it's really incredible. It's just like having your laptop computer system that runs the whole car, and very easy to charge. Charging time can vary. We had like almost zero charge coming to the mountains, and it took an hour and 5 minutes to charge it up. If you can find a supercharger with 300 watts, it'll charge really quick. A lot of them you find will be 150 watts, so it's not that much. So there's no sound to the engine. So if the engine's running, you don't know it. Okay? Just like you hear right now, all you hear is the fan blowing until you press the accelerator. Then you know that the engine's running. And one thing too, I would mention is that with electric cars, they have instant torque. When you press the accelerator all the way down, this car takes off and almost jumps. Full torque instantly. In a gasoline car, say a Challenger SRT, you kick down on it, it takes off pretty quick, but it has to build up that torque. That's why these cars will jump like 2 or 3 car lengths right out of the hole on a Hellcat Challenger, because it has instant torque. And the Model 3, which is similar to this version here a little bit, I think it does 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. And a Hellcat with 707 horsepower does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds or something like that. You have to look that up. But there's nothing slow about these cars. They are really fast. And the Plaid is one of the fastest ones out there, with it's equivalent to a 1,000 horsepower car, the Model S Plaid. So if you've never driven one of these cars and you're looking for one, something different, I think you'll be hooked when you get into the Tesla, because it's such an amazing vehicle. All right, guys, that's my spiel. Take care. Have a great day. Gary J. Bicycles. Bicycles over here. Look at those bicycles. coming through there. The mountains is iced up.